I would give Luka MVP over Joker, or the other way around. I wouldn't give it to Wemby.
And where's the reigning MVP in all of this ranking with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
He's probably right below Wemby.
Before the 2025 season even started, fans were already calling this year's MVP race one of the wildest ever. And after just 1 month, they were right. 5 players have taken the spotlight, turning the early season into a full-blown battle for the crown. Some might slow down as the year goes on, others will surge, but right now, it's a 5-man showdown that feels legendary in the making. Welcome to Ball Stories channel, where hoops talk gets real. Don't forget to like the video, jump in the comments, and share your take. Every bit of support helps this community grow. When we talk about the MVP frontrunners, we're talking about pure dominance. Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Dončić, and Nikola Jokic. These guys are controlling the game like it's theirs. Honestly, it's hard to imagine anyone else catching up this season. If a new name somehow cracks the top 3, that'd be a real shock. Still, before we break it down, there are a few honorable mentions that deserve a quick spotlight. First up, Victor Wembanyama. He's set to miss about a month, and while that doesn't automatically take him out of the MVP race, it does make things tricky. Missing too many games could stop him from hitting that 65-game minimum, which is crucial for award eligibility. So yeah, by season's end, he might slide down the rankings, but right now he's absolutely been one of the best in the league. Through the first month, Wemby's been on another level, averaging 26.2 points, 12.9 rebounds, and leading the league in defensive boards. He's also putting up 4 assists and a monster 3.6 blocks per game. Yes, that's leading the league too. He's hitting 55.8% on twos, though that number could be a bit higher considering how good his looks are. From deep, he's knocking down 34.5% on nearly 5 attempts a game. Altogether, that's a 60.9% true shooting rate, about 2.6% better than league average. For someone putting up 26, 13, 4, and nearly 4 blocks, that's wild production. Now, with him in the lineup, the Spurs are 8-4. Without him, 3-0, including a solid win over Memphis. But the sample size is tiny, so it's hard to read too much into that. Stat-wise, the Spurs have been 2.6 points better on offense when he sits, probably just because those games turned into shootouts. Defensively, though, it's the opposite. They're 8.3 points worse without him, the biggest defensive drop of any player in this MVP conversation. That gives Wemby an overall plus 5.7 net rating, proof that even this early, he's already changing the game. Next up,
now people say when they get haircuts in top 5. I'm like top 2. At the most, I gotta be top 3. Everybody, is Daddy top 5 when he gets a haircut? Babe, what you think? Top 5? Top 1?
Giannis Antetokounmpo, putting up monster numbers again. He's averaging 31.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, and a career-high 6.8 assists, along with 1.2 blocks a night. He's knocking down 64% of his two-pointers while taking nearly 18 of them per game, the most in the league. This year, he's traded some of that smooth mid-range game for a surprising three-point touch, 50% from deep, though, on just 1.4 attempts per game. Personally, I'd rather see him back in that mid-range groove. That three-point percentage probably won't last. Still, his overall true shooting sits at a wild 66.2%, about 8% above league average. The Bucks' record with Giannis stands at 7-7 and 1-1 without him. Not ideal, but not the whole story either. A few close losses and questionable calls have frustrated fans, with many saying, "We should have had those wins." And they might be right. Statistically, the Bucks are an incredible 21.8 points better offensively when Giannis is on the floor, though oddly their defense dips a bit with him out there. Early season numbers can be misleading, but that's still one of the best on-off impacts in the league. Overall, Giannis sits at plus 21 in net rating impact. Just ridiculous. He's still a force every night, but the MVP talk is tricky this year. I didn't pick him as my preseason favorite, mostly because I figured the Bucks wouldn't rely on him for that same carry job narrative we've seen before. I thought this season might look more like LeBron's 2018 run, dominant individually, but with a stronger supporting cast. Yet with other stars posting crazy numbers and better team records, his MVP chances might take a hit. Still, the Bucks feel better than their record shows, and if they heat up, Giannis could easily storm right back into the MVP lead. And next up, we've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the smoothest scorer in the game right now. And yeah, some fans jokingly call him everyone's favorite flopper. But truth is, there's nothing fake about what he's doing this season. Shai's averaging 31.9 points, 6.7 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and an impressive 0.9 blocks per game, which is no joke for a guard. He's shooting 59% on his twos while taking 14 a night and hitting 38.5% from three on nearly 6 attempts. That's elite efficiency. Last year, he had a stretch where his three-point shot looked solid, but it didn't quite carry into the playoffs. If this version of his jumper holds up, though, he becomes almost unguardable. Everyone already knows his mid-range game is filthy and his drives to the rim are unstoppable. But adding a consistent three-point shot makes him a nightmare. He's now scoring at all 3 levels, and that's a scary sight for defenses. Shai's true shooting percentage sits at a crazy 66%, about 7.7% higher than league average. Averaging nearly 32 points a game at that level of efficiency is superstar territory. But what's pushing him up the MVP ladder even more is the Thunder's record, 15 wins and just 1 loss. Their only loss came by 2 points to Portland, and otherwise, they've been destroying teams. The Thunder currently have one of the highest point differentials in league history, and somehow they've beaten their own record from last season by 2 points. That's wild dominance. Some people are saying, he's not even playing full fourth quarters, so this must be a super team. But that's not really the case. When Shai sits, OKC's offense drops hard, falling to a 106 rating. When he's on the court, they're 20.6 points better offensively, a massive difference that shows just how much he drives this team. Defensively, they're about 5.9 points worse with him playing, which is surprising but not a deal breaker this early in the season. Overall, Shai's rocking a plus 14.7 net rating, straight elite. Combine that with how good the Thunder look, and it's getting hard to argue against him being one of the top MVP favorites right now.
When you see the difference when Luka is in this type of basketball.
Luka, not Luka.
Luka.
No, you said Luka.
Okay, Luka.
We know when he's talking about.
But when he's in this, I'm thinking Laker and Luka, all in one word. But
Yeah, nice try today. Nice try.
Create another one.
When you see him in this type of basketball shape, what that allows him to do is to get into basketball plays.
Luka Dončić is leading the league in scoring right now, dropping 34.6 points a night, and unless injuries step in, it's hard to imagine anyone catching him for the scoring title. He's also averaging 9 assists, 8.5 rebounds, and nearly 2 steals per game, which might be a career high for him.
So Luka Dončić has played 260 minutes, has scored 260 points.
He's a point a minute.
Only one guy has been a point-a-minute guy for an entire season, and that's Wilt in 1961-62.
Luka's finishing inside has been elite. He's hitting 61.7% on twos, a ridiculous number for a guard. But from deep, he's been a mixed bag. He's launching more threes than anyone in the league, almost 11 per game, but hitting just 31.7%. You'd hope to see that number rise, or at least see him take smarter shots from distance. That's been the story of Luka's jumper for years. When the three's falling, he's unstoppable. When it's not, defenses are more than happy to let him fire away because once he steps inside the arc, it's basically automatic. And speaking of automatic, someone needs to pull the numbers on how many mid-range and ones Luka gets. It feels like every night he's getting fouled on some off-balance one-handed floater from 12 feet out, and it still goes in. It's crazy how often he makes those shots look routine. His overall true shooting percentage is 61.7%, about 3.4% above league average, and it ties his career best. Leading the league in scoring while being more efficient than average, that's elite company. Add in his near triple-double production, and you've got one of the most complete offensive seasons we've seen so far. The Mavericks are 8-3 with Luka and 3-1 without him, which shows they can still compete even when he sits. Though a big reason is Austin Reeves stepping up in those games. With Luka on the floor, Dallas is 9.1 points better offensively and 1.7 points worse defensively. That works out to a plus 7.4 net rating overall. Not bad, though not as massive as some other MVP candidates.
Great guy. At some point, he will be the man, the Lone Star man in LA. But can they get it done this year? I don't know. Can they make it to the Western Conference Final? A lot of ifs have to happen, but he's playing great. Austin Reeves is playing great. They found a way to win with, the King not being there. But the question is, when they're all said and done, when they're all healthy, when everybody's playing at the top level, can they be a noise in the Western Conference? And my answer is I don't think so, but maybe.
Wemby's in the same range, but guys like Jokic, Shai, and Giannis are sitting closer to plus 20. Still, Luka's numbers are so wild that even with a smaller on-off swing, he's firmly in the MVP mix and could easily climb higher if the Mavs keep winning. Now let's talk about Nikola Jokic, the one guy people keep trying to push out of the MVP conversation.
I'd probably vote for Joker for MVP.
Not Wemby either?
No.
Jeez.
Hell no. I like
hell
San
no?
Antonio in your top 4?
Ooh, what do you mean? Hell no.
Who's
at his point is
not against Luka and Joker. He's not MVP.
Then who's your top 4? You got OKC,
Yes.
Denver. Who's 3?
Rockets.
Rockets, and then
Probably the Lakers.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But who keeps crashing back in like he owns the place? Every year, fans and analysts say, we've seen enough of Jokic, and every year he quietly makes it impossible to ignore him. He doesn't talk much, he doesn't chase highlight reels, but then you check the box score, and it's pure madness. This season started slow for him, at least by his own ridiculous standards. In October, he looked almost human, averaging around 20 points on 13 shots per game. But once November arrived, it was like he woke up and decided, yeah, it's time to remind everyone who runs this league. Since then, Jokic has been unreal. He's averaging 29.1 points, 13.2 rebounds, the most in the league, and 11.1 assists, also leading the league. On top of that, he's putting up 1.6 steals and nearly a block per game. His scoring efficiency is off the charts, 65.7% on two-pointers while taking nearly 17 a night, and a smooth 40% from 3 on almost 5 attempts. There's no one else in the NBA with that level of versatility and efficiency. His true shooting percentage sits at a jaw-dropping 73.6%, which is about 16 points higher than league average. That's absurd. Averaging nearly a 30-point triple-double with efficiency numbers like that shouldn't even be possible.
Because, man, what the Joker's doing, the one thing about sports that we just taking this dude for granted, man. He is the best basketball player in the world. When you just going out there getting easy triple doubles every day, and he ain't getting them fluky 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11. He get like 25, 16, and 17.
And it's not like he's padding stats. His impact translates directly into winning. After his slower start, Jokic's November numbers are out of control. He's averaging 34 points per game now, 13.6 more than he was in October, and doing it on just 6 more shot attempts. That kind of scoring leap without sacrificing efficiency shows just how unstoppable his rhythm is. When he decides to take over, there's nothing defenses can do. Team-wise, Denver's thriving again. They're sitting at 11-3 overall and 7-1 in November, with their only loss this month being a tight 3-point game against Chicago. And the advanced numbers tell the full story. When Jokic is on the floor, the Nuggets are 19.4 points better offensively and 2.7 points better defensively. That's a combined plus 22.2 net rating, one of the most dominant marks in the entire NBA. His presence literally shifts the balance of the game every time he checks in. I've said it for years, and I'll keep saying it. Jokic is the best player in basketball. I was calling him that long before he even won a championship. People who claim he's a bad defender just aren't paying attention. He might not block shots like Wemby or Giannis, but his timing, positioning, and basketball IQ make him an elite defensive anchor. And offensively, he's a one-man system. He runs Denver's entire offense like a point guard trapped in a center's body. His vision, touch, and patience make everything look effortless. He controls the pace of the game like nobody else in the league. Honestly, the only player who can even challenge him in terms of offensive brilliance is Steph Curry. I totally get the concept of voter fatigue. Fans and media want something new every year, but Jokic's numbers are too wild to ignore. Every single category, points, assists, rebounds, efficiency, team success, he's near the top or leading outright. The Nuggets are once again one of the best teams in the West, and he's the engine behind every win. As much as people want fresh faces in the MVP mix, it's becoming clear again that Jokic isn't just part of the conversation, he is the conversation. Right now, no one in the league is playing better basketball than Nikola Jokic.
I agree everything you're saying about the Joker's, but don't discredit what Wemby is doing.
I'm not discredit what Wemby's doing.
I mean,
all I'm
the
saying
record is the same right now.
Do you think
his impact is the same? His impact on winning is the same.
He's playing out of his world right now.
Wemby's playing great, but he's not. Shai.
The record is similar, Chuck.
No, they're not the same animal, brother.
Bro, San Antonio's 8-2 and Denver is 8-2.
Yeah,
But his
it's the same.
impact on winning
Yes.
is the exact same.
But I'm
as
saying,
Jokic.
if you had to take MVP right now, which is way too early, you'd go.
That's how you're talking about them, though.
Joker
You
and Luka.
like this. They're not like this.
Hey,
here.
I'm not
they're
disrespecting
like this.
Wemby.
Okay.
But hey,
Okay, yeah, give me the hand signal like he just gave me.
yeah.
Where are they?
Where are they?
well, Joker, Luka, and Wemby.
You tripping.
You're tripping.
Right now, we're watching Nikola Jokic at his absolute peak. Maybe the greatest offensive player ever. Even if you don't want to go that far, he's easily top 4 with MJ, LeBron, and Steph. But honestly, he might be number 1. His control of the game is unreal. He scores with ease, reads defenses like a computer, and makes everyone around him better. This season, he looks even sharper than in any of his 3 MVP years. His passing, touch, and efficiency are on another level, and he's putting up numbers that don't even seem real. We might be seeing one of the best offensive seasons in NBA history. Of course, that doesn't guarantee another MVP trophy. The Nuggets' record could balance out and his numbers might cool off. But even if his true shooting drops a bit, no one's touching his impact right now. If the season ended today, Jokic is my MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander runner-up, and Luka Dončić third. Giannis and Wemby are still hanging in, though Wemby's injury might slow him down. Honestly, this top 5 might be one of the best ever. The only race that compares is from 1988. Bird, Magic, Jordan, Hakeem, and Barkley. This year's group, Jokic, Shai, Luka, Giannis, and Wemby, feels just as legendary. We're witnessing something special. This MVP race might go down as one of the greatest ever, and Jokic is leading the charge. What do you think? Does Jokic really deserve the MVP right now, or are Shai and Luka catching up fast? I genuinely want to hear your take in the comments below. I always appreciate those of you who are watching and sharing your thoughts. It really means a lot. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Ball Stories for more wild NBA moments and deep dives. And hey, don't stop here. There's plenty more drama and breakdowns waiting for you on the channel. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.